Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer, and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samalin. I'm the principal of Samalin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Jessica Walsh. She is a partner with Cervizzi Associates in Massachusetts, and Jessica practices in all areas of family law and is a certified family law mediator. Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So, Jessica, what brought you to the law generally?
Well, I can say that very early on, I learned that I really do enjoy an audience, and that definitely led me to the courtroom. As I kind of entered my post-high school studies, I focused very heavily on women's rights, women's issues, and I did that throughout college and then, into law school. And since the inception of my career, I have been specializing in domestic violence and sexual assault. And I also, at Cervizzi Associates, handle both family law litigation and family law mediation. Throughout my practice, I work with a lot of families who have experienced domestic violence and sexual violence. And throughout my practice, I do utilize something called trauma-informed litigation. And because of the subject matter that I often deal with, that allows me to advocate for my clients and at the same time take into account their mental and emotional health. And yes, my firm specializes in family law, and family law is a very unique area of the law in that it is so personal. You're often working with people, families going through, of course, very difficult, traumatic, often times in their lives. They're also having to navigate, often co-parenting with a person that they're actively separating from. I myself handle a lot of custody matters, and my role is definitely that of a lawyer, but I always try to guide my clients to different types of resources, whether that be therapists, counselors, life coaches, things like people like financial planners, so that they can kind of have like a nice group of people around them besides just their attorney that can support them. I do have to say that from a very early age, I've definitely been focused a lot on social justice. And again, as I said, women's rights. And I also specialize in working with the LGBTQ community. As my education progressed, getting through law school, I kind of recognized I definitely had the gift of gab, and that I definitely would want to kind of move towards a area of law where I would be in a courtroom, and that is where I ended up, and I can utilize
Jessica, question for you then.
Yes.
How the differences between litigation, particularly as it relates to divorce, because I'm hearing that is something that is your firm and your focus. The differences between litigation, collaborative law, and mediation. In like 30 seconds, can you tell us what some of the differences are and why folks, would tend to gravitate towards one or the other?
Sure. Mediation is very well suited for people who have something we call an equal balance of power in their relationships, and they want to they've already sometimes come to the table with some agreements as to their divorce, and they feel comfortable sitting in a room together with their chosen mediator to try to hammer through all of the issues needed to finally sign and file a divorce agreement. Mediation is wonderful, especially when there are children involved. It really keeps you in control of your situation. Litigation, sometimes mediation, it's just your case is not right for it. There are too many contested issues, and then you'll kind of go the litigation track where you need input from a judge that's assigned to your case to help you kind of get to that finish line.
And of your practice, out of 100% of these cases, what percentage is, and maybe you don't have the number, what percentage is mediation, collaborative, or litigation?
Yeah, so I would say that I would say probably here it's about 20% mediation. The rest is litigation. And with collaborative law, like in terms of litigation, sometimes litigation can be very contested, but other times the litigation that you're going through can be very collaborative. So collaborative law is intertwined with litigation. It can be very intertwined. And I would say that especially in Massachusetts, there is definitely a trend towards mediation. The courts are very, very congested, very lengthy process, and people, as the years go on, are really finding their way towards mediation as a solution to get things going in a quicker and more efficient manner.
And you had said you had a great client story you wanted to share.
Yes. So I recently had a custody matter for unmarried parents. I was representing mom, and she had been her young child's primary caretaker for the child's entire life. And about a year before meeting me and getting connected with me, she had made the decision to leave her partner. Her partner was very mentally and physically abusive to both her and the child. Very difficult situation. And they had been together for a very long time, since they were basically teens. And so she was very, very intertwined with him, and she was very enmeshed in that relationship. And she had tried to leave the relationship multiple times in the past. And eventually, with the support of her family, especially her mother, she was able to get out of that relationship. And she had the child with her for about a year. And dad decided that he wanted to utilize the court system to re-enter the child's life and to get some parenting time. And so I worked very hard with this client who was experiencing significant trauma, which only gets heightened often when you are dealing with the court system. And we worked very hard to be able to present to the court. Again, this is a case where we were in litigation, right? Worked very hard to be able to present to the court the facts necessary, the timeline, the relationship history, to ask the court to really make the right decision for the child and put in place supervised parenting time. I also was able to utilize that trauma-informed practice with this client. It was really necessary so that she was able to give me what I needed, show up to court in a way that was appropriate, in a way that was helpful, but also keep safe her mental and emotional health as well. And I can say that we were successful. The judge got it right. We did get that supervised parenting time between dad and child, and that was really great. And hopefully, my client can continue to heal as she remains out of that relationship.
Mm-hmm. Again, thanks to my guest, Jessica Walsh, a partner at the Cervizzi Associates in Massachusetts. Jessica, can you provide our audience with your contact information?
Yes, absolutely. You can find our firm at cervizzilaw.com. You can also call us at 978-276-0777. That's 978-276-0777.
Wonderful. This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And Jessica's a terrific example of applying, different practice modalities on behalf of her clients. If you're an attorney or know one that goes above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600, 914-666-6600. Jessica, thank you so much again for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.